Today's story is Little Miss Princess. Little Miss Princess's father was a king and her mother was a queen, which, as I'm sure you know, that meant Little Miss Princess was a princess. And because she was a princess, she lived in a castle with turrets and a moat, a very big castle. There's the castle. And because she was a princess, she had lots of people to do everything for her. People to mow her lawn, people to cook her breakfast. She even had people to make her bed. There's one of the guys mowing the lawn for her. And you would imagine that this would have made her rude and spoiled. But she was the kind of generous and good-hearted princess. I am so lucky to be a princess. I must spread my luck around, she would say to herself every morning. And she did this by trying to help people. There she is with the butler presenting her with the toothbrush with the toothpaste already on it. She sent a chef to cook meals for Little Miss Sunshine when she heard that Little Miss Sunshine had the flu. When she overheard Mr. Busy complaining how busy he was, she sent the gardener to mow his lawn. And she sent a maid to Little Miss Neat's house when she heard Little Miss Neat had worn out her mop. There's Little Miss Sunshine, had a meal prepared. All of this was very useful and everyone was very grateful, but Little Miss Princess did not feel that she was really doing anything to help. So when she heard Mr. Bump had broken his leg, she rushed around to his house to see what she could do. I haven't any groceries, said Mr. Bump. You could go to the shops for me. So Little Miss Princess went to the shops, and because she was a princess, she had never been shopping. There he is, Mr. Bump, all bandaged up. She went to the baker. 6 sausages, please, said the baker. She said to the baker. We don't have any sausages, said the baker. She went to the butcher's and asked for peas. We don't have any peas, said the butcher. She went to the greengrocer and asked for a loaf of bread. We don't have any bread, said the greengrocer. She went back to Mr. Bump's house with an empty shopping basket. There's the butcher looking all confused. The shops have sold out of everything, she explained to Mr. Bump. Everything, said a puzzled Mr. Bump. Yes, the butcher had no peas, the baker had no sausages, and the greengrocer had no bread. Ah, said Mr. Bump, realising what had happened. Why don't you try the supermarket? There he is, Mr. Bump, still on the couch, puzzled Little Miss Princess. Sometime later, Little Miss Princess returned with the shopping. She offered to help to put everything away, but because she was a princess, she never unpacked the shopping. She put the sausages in the cupboard, frozen peas in the bread bin, and the bread in the drawer, and the milk in the oven. There she is trying to put the groceries away. There's the milk in the oven. Whoops. After she had put the shopping away, Little Miss Princess offered to clean Mr. Bump's house. But because she was a princess, she'd never cleaned anything before. She dusted the dishes, she polished the sofa, and she mopped the carpets. Oh no. Little Miss Princess went upstairs to make Mr. Bump's bed. But because she was a princess, she had never made the bed. Oh dear. There she is, all wrapped up in the sheets. Little Miss Princess then offered to cook supper for Mr. Bump, but because she was a princess, she had never cooked a meal before. She's got the sausages on the wrong side of the pan. For supper they had burnt sausages with burnt potatoes. She even burnt the peas. There's the meal, all burnt and black and crisp. "Oh dear," said little Miss Princess, throwing the burnt meal away. "I'm just no good at anything." I wouldn't say that," said Mr. Bump. "I'm sure you are good at all sorts of things." "Like what?" snuffled little Miss Princess. There she is, thrown the burnt dinner away, and it's still smouldering in the bin. "I know," said Mr. Bump. "Why don't you ring for a pizza?" "What will that prove?" asked little Miss Princess. "Well," said Mr. Bump. There he is, handing her the phone. "You are very good at giving orders." The end. There you go, sweetie. You have a good night's sleep tonight. Daddy loves you.